Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty for a man accused of killing his ex's boyfriend. At 5, we look at Idaho state laws surrounding execution.
After some much-needed rain, this forecast has some serious heat, and it really gets going this weekend.
What we're attempting to do, which is right now address on-street homelessness very directly.
Community leaders in Spokane find results of a private homelessness survey contradict their data. At 5, we'll explain the discrepancy. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. We start in North Idaho tonight. Jason Rook, the man accused of murdering his ex-girlfriend's boyfriend, now faces the death penalty if he's convicted. KREM 2's Christian Garza has been working on this update all day and brings us the latest from outside the Kootenai County Courthouse.
These court documents show that back on May 30th, the state issued a notice of intent to seek the death penalty against Rook, and his defense team has been fighting that ever since. Jason Rook has been in custody since late February after documents show he was arrested for allegedly shooting and killing Nathan Rogers inside Rogers' Post Falls home. Now, after months of motions and hearings, the state has put the death penalty on the table if Rook is convicted of first-degree murder. According to the motion, there are a handful of aggravating circumstances for capital punishment, including that Rook knowingly created a great risk of death to many persons, the murder was heinous, and that Rook exhibited utter disregard for human life. Former Idaho Attorney General David Leroy says a decision like this is something not taken lightly by prosecutors.
It simply is the elected prosecutor saying to the community, this will simply not be tolerated as we understand the facts in our community. And for this kind of crime under these circumstances, we will seek an eye for an eye.
A decision on whether or not to take the death penalty off the table is set for mid-July, with Rook returning to trial in late September. Coming up tonight, we dive deeper and clarify what these timelines would look like for any of these high-profile cases if they are convicted with the death penalty on the table. In Coeur d'Alene, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
An update tonight as the manhunt for the father accused of killing his 3 daughters enters its 3rd week. The Kittitas County Sheriff's Office says they do not have enough evidence whether Travis Decker is alive or in the area. Last week, deputies announced they are increasing patrols at the northern border of Kittitas County. Then they shifted their focus to the Teanaway Trail system. You are still advised to call 911 if you have information on his location, and there is still a $20,000 reward for information leading to his arrest. All right, let's switch gears and talk weather on this Tuesday evening with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo. He is joining us from outside. He's got the shades on, the jacket off. Life is good, my friend.
Oh, you got it right, but man, a little bit of cloud cover is really nice. Just got to admit it. It's beautiful out here, though. 81 degrees where we currently sit. 81. Still a beautiful day for us here in the inland northwest, but a big jump from where we sat this time yesterday. Right around 80 degrees in eastern Washington and North Idaho, mid to upper 80s out in central Washington. And you compare that to this time yesterday, around 8 to 10 degrees warmer. So it was a pretty big jump in the mercury between today and yesterday. And tomorrow looks to be every bit as warm as we are today. Then we get a little bit of cloud cover. We have a couple of waves coming in off the coast, but those should stay farther off to the north. So we wind up on the couple of stray clouds side of this one as we move through the next couple of days. Here it moves tomorrow, a couple of clouds. I think it's cloudier in the morning than it is in the afternoon and evening. So we'll call it increasing sunshine or decreasing clouds. Then as we hit Thursday, it looks like a mix of clouds and sun gives way to mostly sunny skies. Friday, a quick little wave moves through. You saw that thing hit. It moves through overnight. I don't think it's as widespread as what that suggests, so I didn't even offer you a pause point to say, oh, I don't think it's as widespread. I just don't think it is, so we're just going to let that one pass and instead talk those temperatures. 84 degrees with decreasing clouds tomorrow. 77 Thursday and Friday with partly cloudy and mostly sunny skies before we warm up big time, just in time for Hoop Fest weekend.
All right, sounds good. Jeremy will check back in with you later in the show. Community leaders are challenging a business group's recent homelessness survey results. The Spokane Regional Care Board says those results contradict their data. KREM 2's Regan Gallo brings us the different responses from community leaders regarding the conflicting data. Regan?
Well, the Spokane Business Association had an independent firm conduct this study, and one of the main things that came out of it was that a little over 50% of people experiencing homelessness actually became homeless outside of the area and then later moved into the Spokane area. The Spokane Business Association says they surveyed about 260 people experiencing homelessness. Questions included location of birth, high school, and family, compared to the Spokane Regional Point-in-Time Count, which SBA says that only asked the person where they were living right before losing housing. When I asked, why does this conflict with other local data? Gavin Cooley, a representative of the SBA, says their approach asks different questions.
And our purposes are much different. I mean, they're moving people as much as they can into a continuum of care, and that's much different than what we're attempting to do, which is right now address on-street homelessness very directly and push the city towards responding to that.
But Spokane's Regional Continuum of Care, which is the governing body that connects those experiencing homelessness with services that are funded through the Department of Housing and Urban Development, say the study generalizes a small sample population.
I think probably a lot of them they surveyed that is true for, but in terms of the broader homeless problem here, that's not true. The vast majority of them did not come here from somewhere else.
The Department of Housing and Urban Development is expected to release the point-in-time count results for Spokane County soon. That was conducted in January, and these results will offer more context to this ongoing story. I'm reporting here in Kendall Yards, Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.
All right, Regan, thank you very much. We are just getting started here on KREM 2 News at 5 tonight.
So where does this cuckoo idea come from? I guess from a real estate president.
Washington Senator Maria Cantwell expresses concern over the potential sale of public lands in the Evergreen State. That story is coming up.